And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you from a lovely little Westlake Village, California. And it is bright, it's early, it's about 6 a.m. here out in California, where we got great weather but bad politics. And what are we doing here at Bitcoin Advisors? We are improving your health and building your wealth. No, I'm just kidding. Unless the sound of my voice is helping your health out, I don't know. But what's happening today? You got regional banks down again this morning. Gold just hit a fresh new all-time high. GDP slowing. Inflation is still way too high, and the Fed just raised rates into what is likely to be a recession. So the Fed unanimously raised rates yesterday, 25 basis points, bringing the benchmark rate up to about 5.25%. And for the first time in history, the first time since August 2019, the target rate is now higher than the headline inflation. And the FOMC did use more flexible language in the statement, left the door open for a pause at its next meeting. I would actually disagree with that. Fed pretty much said that, well, they said we're not pausing this meeting, but the following meeting, based on the data, we could or could not pause. And so he left the door open, in my opinion, for more rate hikes. They did stress, however, that a rate cut in 2023, which the market is expecting, is not likely to happen based on the current outlook. And in contrast with Tuesday's jobs data, which I think I pulled this up from ADP, jobs popped up there to 296,000 in April, double than expected amount, not exactly what Jerome Powell was wanting to see. And he was saying how basically we've never seen like unemployment go down while they were hiking rates at such a fast pace. And PAC West, that's the big, and I did mention it yesterday. I said probably going to be the first one to fall. And right after the Fed meeting, what happened at PAC West? They're down 40%. And you know what the next headline is going to be? It's going to be JP Morgan takes over PAC West, or Bank of America, or one of the other big, phony banks out there that somehow they made it through the financial crisis. Remember what the financial crisis in 2008 was all about? It was about the banks failing, right? Because they took on all the bad subprime mortgages. They let everybody and their mother buy a house and buy two more houses. And then they let their dog buy a house. And it wasn't exactly, So they had more regulations. Now the regional banks have less regulation, and it's a bit of a cluster junk. And what else is going on? So now these regional banks that had less regulations, they're the ones holding all these bad bonds, and they're the ones going to be dropping like flies. I heard like 5,000 regional banks out there. That's enough for one bank to fail every week for the next couple of years. And needless to say, let's jump into Bitcoin price action, as I have rambled on about enough news and data and blah, 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 blah. Starting it out with PP Coin. Yes, PP Coin. We'll take a look at that one, up 70% today. Casper, FTT, flow. So altcoins getting a bit of a flow in, as Bitcoin did bounce, as we've been talking about. What does this mean? What does this mean? A regional bank fails and Bitcoin does typically go higher, right? And I am looking for short-term bounce off of this region right here, the green 55. Short-term bounce on the 15-minute time frame. But let's get into the one we've been talking about, was the 3-day time frame. And we said, hey, look, we need to close below this wick to confirm a local high here. Closing below that pivot right there would give us all that bearish divergence we were looking for, and likely a move down to this region. But it didn't happen. Bitcoin rallied, the dollar crashed, and oddly enough, setting up for what could be a bit of a bounce here on, as the regional banks fail. I think more and more people are aware of Bitcoin should be something in their portfolio. If you don't have any Bitcoin, what are you doing with yourself? You might as well give it all to your regional bank and watch it fail. Or you could buy some gold. Gold cracking a fresh new all-time high yesterday. On the daily, let's see. It was after hours? Yeah, right after the market closed. I mean, this was the all-time high at 20,076, and we got all the way up to 2,081 yesterday. Putting a little bit of and I would expect some selling pressure. Probably not going to crack right through on the first pass. Bit of a triple top maybe, but gold looking bullish and could get some follow through if the dollar continues to go down. And what's happened on the shorter term time frames? Dollar's made a valiant attempt to get out of doggy town, but again, getting pushed back off that green 55. So, dollar and gold and Bitcoin kind of playing unanimously or inversely, if you want to call it that. 2 drives of bearish divergence down to the 21. We'll see what happens there. On the daily, we did have the multiple drives, about 4 drives. If this confirms as another higher low, looking for that to swing back up and maybe test this trend line one more time at 102. NASDAQ's recovering. Dow's down 700, down 2%. I wonder what's happening there. Dow has been leading this market overall. So is it Thursday? It's Thursday already, and I guess we should be looking at what the end of the week looks like. I did want to note this also on, you can see on CMEs, there's a pretty healthy gap here, which would be kind of the breakdown level. And what it would be totally fine is for the price to fill the gap and then head higher. If we shoot right through the gap, probably going to be your first warning sign that something different is going on. It's also present on the 4-hour time frame, the 12-hour, and the daily. So a little bit of a gapola there, but you either want to see it filled and then brought back up, or you want to see, just not shot right back through. And as this gap got shot right through, and all right, that's just present there if somebody's looking to buy kind of the next higher low out there. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but what else is present here to go around the table? So you can see this slew of higher lows on the daily time frame. This was another higher low confirmed on the daily, and not on the 2-day, but on the daily, on the 12-hour, you've got all these drives of hidden bullish divergence, which should give us and what is that again? When price is making higher lows, RSI is making lower lows, should give you a drive to the top side of the range. And that is going to be important here. Why? Because, essentially, get my moving averages back up here. If we can get a daily closure back above this pivot, we're talking 29,500 on a closing basis, or really a wick above that 31,098. Likely that does drive targets a bit higher. And what I'd be looking for is, this level to get tagged at 32,425, just wicking above there, or a daily closure back above that level. To be fair, we'll call it 29,717. So we can see it doesn't make a lot of sense, guys, with the banks failing, right? Bitcoin going higher. That hasn't been traditionally how things work. Also, equities going down yesterday. Bitcoin putting in a bit of a rally, a bit of a one-off, not one-off, but I don't think the ultimate trend has changed where, stocks go down, Bitcoin go up. No, has not changed yet. And yep, I do believe I'm gonna let go of this position here really quick. Dang it. Darn it. And there she goes. Alert crossed. So, do I need to let this baby go? Do I need to let her go? That's it. The dollar's ripping to the upside. I'm getting my chin handed to me right now. And I do believe that is my cue to get out. Get out like Spout. What was I thinking, Christopher Mitchell? Damn. But is this just the gap fill that we were looking for? Needless to say, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys have a blessed and highly favored day. You know, Bitcoin bulls, you have the rest of the day to take over. Otherwise, it's probably a failed rally. Otherwise, probably a failed rally, and that's what I would say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a blessed day.